There's something gutting about getting fired. Something that hits deeper than just losing a paycheck. It messes with your identity. It makes you question everything you thought you were good at. It whispers in your ear. Maybe you're not enough after all. But what if I told you you're not alone? Or even close some of the most successful, admired, world-changing people you've ever heard of. They got fired too. They got told you're not good enough. They were underestimated, overlooked, rejected, and then they rose, or in spite of being fired, but because of it. So today I want to tell you 10 stories, 10 real people, 10 public failures, 10 undeniable comebacks. Because if they could rise from rejection, so can you fire one Oprah Winfrey? Unfit for TV. Let's start with the queen of daytime television. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her job as a news anchor at a Baltimore TV station. The reason they told her, she was too emotionally invested in her stories. Imagine that, the very thing that later the most beloved interviewer in history, her emotional connection was once seen as a flaw. She was devastated, humiliated, but instead of trying to become less emotional, less herself, she leaned into it. And that flaw turned into her superpower. Today she's not just a media mogul. She's a global force for empathy and empowerment. Lessen what they reject in you might be the very thing the world needs most. Fired too. Steve Jobs fired from his own company. Imagine creating something from scratch, pouring your soul into it, only to be pushed out by the very people you hired. That's what happened to Steve Jobs. In 1985, he was fired from Apple, his own company. He later said it was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. In that time away, he founded Next and bought Pixar, 2 ventures that would redefine his legacy. And when Apple brought him back, he didn't just return, he rebuilt Apple into the most valuable company in the world. Lesson: getting fired doesn't mean you're a failure. Sometimes it means you're being redirected toward your legacy. Fire 3. J.K. Rowling broke, depressed and rejected. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, Joanne Rowling was a single mom on welfare, struggling with depression, typing her manuscript on a borrowed typewriter. She was rejected by 12 publishers. Some told her children wouldn't want to read something this long. One even said, "You'll never make money from children's books." She kept going. Today, J.K. Rowling is one of the most successful authors in human history. And it all started with no job, no backup, no approval, just belief. Lesso. They can reject your work, but they can't erase your vision unless you let them. Fire 4. Walt Disney. Imagination. Early in his career, Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job for lacking creativity. Yes, really, the man who would go on to build an empire of magic, storytelling, and imagination was once told he didn't have enough of it. He also faced bankruptcy multiple times. He was rejected by banks, investors, partners, but he didn't stop dreaming because he didn't wait for permission to create. He believed in what others couldn't see. Lesson: just because they don't see your value doesn't mean you don't have it. Keep building your dream even if it's brick by brick. Fire 5. Lady Gaga dropped after 3 months before she became a household name. Stephanie Germanata, aka Lady Gaga, signed with Def Jam Records, but after just 3 months, they dropped her. No explanation. Oh, patience, no faith. Most people would have quit. She didn't. She went underground, wrote more songs, collaborated with other artists, and when she finally re-emerged, the world couldn't look away. Now she's not just a Grammy and Oscar winner. She's an icon of resilience and reinventio. Listen, rejection doesn't mean you don't belong. It means you haven't met the right audience yet. Fire 6. Michael Jordan cut from the team. He's known as the greatest basketball player of all time, a global icon, a legend. But what many forget is that Michael Jordan was cut from his high school varsity team. He was told he wasn't good enough, or tall enough, not skilled enough. That moment crushed him. He went home, locked himself in his room and cried. But then he did something powerful. He turned the pain into purpose. He trained harder than ever. He returned stronger, and he never let that fire die. His greatness wasn't just in talent, it was in his refusal to quit. Lesson: failure can light the fuse that fuels your rise. Don't let a no be the end. Let it be your beginning. Fire 7. Vera Wang rejected by the fashion world. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40. Before that, she was a figure skater and an editor at Vogue. She was passed over for the editor-in-chief position, the one she had worked toward for 15 years. She could have collapsed under the disappointment. Instead, she pivoted. She entered the fashion world with no formal design background, just vision, taste, and guts. Today, Vera Wang is one of the most iconic bridal designers in the world. Lesson: sometimes your greatest chapter begins after the door. You waited your whole life for closers. It's never too late to rewrite your story. Fire 8. Elon Musk ousted from his own companies. Love him or hate him, Elon Musk is a lesson in reinventio. He was removed from not one, but two of the companies he helped build. Zip2 and PayPal, he was seen as too intense, too controversial, too risky. And yet he kept going. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink. He bet on ideas that seemed insane and turned them into industries. Listen, you don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to keep building. The visionaries always get misunderstood first. Fire 9. Anna Wintour fired from her first job in fashion. Yes, the Anna Wintour, longtime editor-in-chief of Vogue. She was fired early in her career from Harper's Bazaar. Why? Because her ideas were too edgy, too unconventional. She was told she didn't fit the aesthetic, but instead of shrinking, she leaned into her unique vision. She doubled down on what made her different, and that boldness became her trademark. Less so. If you feel too much for them, you might be exactly enough for where you're meant to go next. Stay bold. Fired 10. Thomas Edison, fired for being unproductive. Before he became one of history's most prolific inventors, Edison worked at Western Union. He was fired. Why? Because he was constantly distracted, always tinkering, experimenting. They didn't see his genius. They only saw a misfit, but he kept inventing, kept failing, kept believing. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work today." We credit him for shaping the modern electric world. Lesson: what feels like failure might just be research in disguise. Keep going. Sunrise. Closing message: you're not the only one, that you are the one who chooses what's next. So here's what all of this means for you. Sitting in the aftermath, wondering if this is the end of the road. It's not. You are not the first person to get fired. You are not the last, but you are the one who gets to decide what it means. Will it define you or refine you? Will it break you or build you? You have a choice, because every single one of the people I've mentioned today had every reason to give up. But they didn't. They took the pain and turned it into purpose. They took rejection and turned it into reinventio. And so can you right now. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need a 10-year plan. You just need to believe this one thing. You are not alone, and this is not the end. Maybe your firing wasn't a failure. Maybe it was a fork in the road, a detour, a disruptio, designed to wake up something deeper in you. And now you have a choice to make. Do you let the story end here, or do you pick up the pen and write your next chapter? Louder, bolder, braver, because the truth is you are not behind. You are just beginning, and the world hasn't seen the best of you, or yet let them underestimate you. You know who else they underestimated? Oprah, Jobs, Rowling, Disney, Gage, Jordan, Wong, Musk, Wintour, Edison. You're in good company now. It's your tour.